day. Hope all is well on your end. To the genuine ones only, have a safe day. Have a safe remaining week. Woo, these days is going by pretty fast, aren't they? We can be here before we know it. It be the thought process for me. Nah, for real. You ever had to reevaluate your life? When you love yourself so much, knowing at the end of the day, when you come across somebody that just don't want to see you elevate faster than them, they would try to sneak this you at the end of the day. Nah, they really would. They would try to sneak this you at the end of the day, saying how they put you on game. Wait, hold on, ma'am, sir, hold on. It takes a thought process to actually register for somebody actually to use it, to acknowledge themselves, to say, you know what, to rewrite what they thought process and say, you know what, how is that possible? You ever came across somebody that just like to have controlling issues? Or you ever came across somebody who just always said that they was right about something and they didn't know what they was talking about? When they try to put their projection on you, like for instance, right? Say for instance, you having a conversation with somebody, right? And you start to say to yourself, as you trying to regroup your life or whatever the case may be, and start to say, you know what, I want to do something better for myself today. And they sit there and say, I've been telling you that. And you reevaluating your life and saying to yourself is, I don't know what conversation you was having with somebody, but you wasn't talking to me. It's the thought process for me. You know how when somebody just has that narcissist mindset at the end of the day, and they feel like they can control you, it be the thought process for me. And they don't even know what they talking about. And then they sit there talking about you weak-minded mother effers, you weak retarded people. You should have been doing that. Like, hold on, first of all, men, you never even had this conversation. That's first and foremost. You ever been so confused within and confused as to what the hell somebody was ever talking about before? Like, they had to reevaluate their thought process and say to themselves, oh yeah, well, I didn't have that conversation with you. You know when someone doesn't want to see you elevate faster than them? And it happens. Either it's your family member, associate, someone you knew for years, that you consider someone being family. And they took your kindness for weakness because they portrayed you to be something that you truly wasn't, because of their mindset at the end of the day. Because they're dealing with their own trauma. And because they dealing with their own trauma and they got controlling issues at the end of the day, they like to paint this narrative of a description of their delusional ass mindset. That's not you. It be the thought process for me that people really do this. First of all, there's no competition when trying to elevate. That's first and foremost. And I say that respectfully. It be the thought process for me. Or then when someone sits there and say, oh, well, I put you onto game. And they want to sit there and bash you because they showed you they try to help you. But how is that helping somebody when you want to bash them? That wasn't helping. That was something that for you to brag about. You didn't mean it. It wasn't genuine. It didn't come from an authentic place. It was for you to feel good within because you had controlling issues. It be the thought process of me. When people don't understand self-respect and to respect their neighbor at the end of the day, how are we supposed to motivate each other and we're against each other? This doesn't make any sense at the end of the day. How you trying to uplift somebody? You saying you motivate somebody, all this and the third. But you trying to kick them down while they trying to find balance to get back up from whatever they just came down from. It be the thought process for me. It really do. Because this happens every single day. And it's disgusting. Regardless to if someone puts you on game or not at the end of the day, they feel like they're obligated. They feel like they're obligated. But you want a trophy? It be the thought process of me. Like, people be looking for clout in all the wrong areas at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. And then they be having malicious intentions when it comes towards you. Because now you're starting to elevate. And you understand the assignment to show for yourself. And that person wasn't truly for you at the end of the day. Because you saw their motive within their motive. They didn't have good intentions. You ever been around someone who just wanted to sneak dish you every chance they got and disrespect you? Or because you knew how to love yourself and they didn't know how to love themselves? It happens. It does. It happens. And it's disgusting. I would never sit here and disrespect my neighbor and allow my neighbor to feel unworthy of themselves, or allow my neighbor to question themselves if I'm coming from a genuine, authentic place at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully because everybody's not genuine. Everybody's not real. It's one thing when you're trying to motivate somebody and you're doing it with good intentions. But then when you don't do it with good intentions and you want to sneak diss somebody, disrespect somebody at the end of the day, and have malicious intentions at the end of the day, oh, you dang on right. I'm talking about you all day long. Because you know why? You took my kindness for weakness when I was trying to respect you and motivate you at the end of the day. And not only that, but when you have malicious intentions, you are entitled to be called out. You are. And I say that respectfully. You are entitled to be called out. Because you know why you're entitled to be called out? Because karma is going to be looking really well on you when you look at your reflection of yourself, bothering a child of God. And I say that respectfully. Because when you're dealing with a child of God, you're going to get called out. By God. It'd be the thought process of me. Like, I never understood this. Like, people are still in the mentality, mind state of elementary school, junior high school. It'd be the thought process, man. They quick to say, I'm grown, I'm grown, I'm grown, I'm grown. How? But you still playing the kid games. With the gossiping, and the bringing it down, the bullying, the disrespect. It's toxic. And then they have malicious intentions. You know that bully that you was in junior high school, that bully that you was in elementary school, you're still that bully today. You're like 30, 40, 50 years old and you still that bully? Oh my gosh. You know they say people don't grow out their old ways sometimes. It don't take a rocket science to paint that picture sometimes when you have to look at a display of somebody who doesn't want to change their life. But then that same person is a hate in disguise because they see their neighbor elevating. They see their neighbor in tune with themselves. They see their neighbor that it can truly acknowledge themselves and actually look at their reflection of themselves and go within and do the healing and say, you know what? My past don't live here today. I love myself enough to understand that the trauma and pain that was endured within me, you know, maybe being sexually assaulted, dealing with domestic violence, toxic family, unhealthy relationships, sicknesses, you know, went into adulthood, dysfunctional people, trauma on top of trauma. And you understood the assignment to go within, to know your self-worth, to understand and show up for yourself today. To say, you know what? I choose my best self-vision of myself. Days when I couldn't see for myself. And because the days that I couldn't see for myself, they was trying to kick me down while I was already down. And because I'm trying to find balance to pick myself up, they still trying to kick me down and trying to bring harm towards me and trying to allow me to feel like I'm not worthy of myself. But I understood the assignment of God's plan. That when you go within and do the inner healing, to choose your best self-vision of yourself, they're not going to understand how you love yourself, how you're elevating. People take it as a threat when you truly love yourself and when you could genuinely smile within and mean what you say without wearing a mask, to tune into yourself every day when you wake up and mean what you say, that you're your authentic self, to understand the assignment what God's plan was for you, to not go back and forth with words, to exchange words with who? Someone who's low vibrational, let alone someone who doesn't have common sense, or let alone someone who doesn't even know themselves, to acknowledge, to have self-awareness, to respect themselves, to respect their neighbor. It'd be the thought process to me. You see how the one-sided mind games go? All because you decide to choose yourself? You choose you. You see how quick your neighbor's quick to try to bring you down? When you knew how to override all the obstacles that were being put in front of you to become your best self-vision of yourself, that was light work. Ain't nothing will be able to compare to the trauma and pain that was endured within you from a child point of view going into your adulthood, how you overrided it to show up for yourself. They're not going to understand. It's not meant for them to understand because you know why? It was never meant for them to be part of your journey. It's the thought process of me. How they sit there and sneak diss you, all because you decide to elevate. Why you mad for? Now you having conversations within your thought process at the end of the day, trying to paint a narrative of a description that somebody that they truly not, of your delusional ass mindset, or because you are hating disguise in real life. And everybody sees you for who you truly are, a hater in disguise, all because you don't want to see your neighbor elevate. Nobody told you to have kids. You decide to lay down and have kids for the government to take care of you and your kids. It be the thought process of me. Why you mad? Why you mad? It be the thought process of me. You come across these folks that have kids at the end of the day that don't even want to have, that didn't even ask to have kids. They decide to have kids because for a check. And they want to sit there and sneak dish you. What happens when they take away taxes? And I say that respectfully. What happens when they take away taxes and you don't know how to save? But you quick to sneak diss somebody who knows how to show up for themselves and know how to respect themselves. And they decide not to have kids. It be the thought process of me. How someone will attack somebody who doesn't have kids, all because they're miserable because they have kids. It be the thought process of me. It's be the projection. Like, yo, man, sir, nobody told you to have kids. You decided to lay down with somebody, and that's your responsibility. Take care of your children. You worry about all the wrong stuff at the end of the day. Put that same energy you put into somebody else's life, put it into your own kid's life at the end of the day. Instead of telling them to leave you alone, you keep pushing them away. Disrespecting them when you feel like it. With that toxic behavior, you haven't done the proper healing within to show for yourself. But you quick to take all this animosity, being a hate in disguise, and project all this negative energy on an innocent person. Because this is really happens in real life. It does. This really happens in real life. How a single person that does not have kids, a projection from a person who does have kids, the animosity, the hate they have within themselves. Oh, you think you better because you don't got no kids? Wait, hold on. Wait, pause. Wait, I didn't sign up for this conversation. It be the thought process of me. What's wrong with people? No, for real. You ever had to reevaluate your life and say to yourself, hold on. If I wanted a child, I would have had a child. Okay? I could go adopt. I could do whatever. But I chose not to. And they want to rub their insecurity, their miserableness on you. The only way to entertain misery loves company is to acknowledge it. And I say that respectfully. But it be the thought process of me how a person would sit here and project all of this negative energy on an innocent person who ain't got nothing to do with them. And all they was trying to do was motivate them. Like, I hope you find peace one day. It be the thought process of me. And don't hurt your children, please. For real, for real. Don't hurt your kids. Love your children. You got so much hate in your heart. You don't even have a heart. You got all this animosity within you that you take all your negative energy and you project it on your kids because you're mad at an innocent person. Yo, this stuff really happens in real life. Like, yo! You ever saw somebody curse their kids out because they had animosity against somebody else that didn't have malicious intentions towards them? You ever saw somebody take someone's kindness for weakness and they take all their animosity out on their children? You be trying to reevaluate your thought process and say to yourself them children ain't have nothing to do with that conversation. What are you doing? It be the thought process of me. It's disgusting. It's unhealthy. It be the mindset for me. How people will sit there and project all of this negative energy on an innocent person. And that person never had malicious intentions towards them. They knew how to stay in their own lane, and they understood God's assignment to become their best self-vision and to stay in their own lane. It be the thought process of me. Like, stop projecting your animosity, your negative energy on an innocent person that has nothing to do with you. And I say that respectfully. Why? Because someone doesn't want to be bothered with you. Why? Someone sees who you for who you truly are, and you don't have good intentions. Especially when you start to have malicious intentions towards somebody, trying to line them up, suck them out their freedom and their pockets and their eyesight. It be the thought process of me. It's disgusting. It really is. And it really, this generation curse, it really needs to be broken. It's unhealthy and it's a safety problem. It's a safety the problem. Because what happens is the narcissist, this is what they do. The narcissist plays victim, right? They play victim. So when something happens or whatever the case may be, now that innocent person is fighting for their life because the narcissist decides to play mind games and thought it was cool. And that's not cool at all. It's not. It's trifling. And I say that respectfully. It's trifling. Oh, because you don't want to see your neighbor elevate. Regardless if you know a person or not at the end of the day. You could be minding your business. Literally minding your business. You could be literally minding your business. Just minding your business and someone is just threatened by your energy. The way you tie your shoe today. The way you decide to fix your clothes today. The way you decide to talk firm within yourself, like, and you mean what you say, and you got your head held high. They'll be threatened by that. They'll be threatened by the fact that you're able to go into a place of business and they're not able to go into that building. How are you able to get in there, but I'm not? How do you know that person, but I don't? How do you know that person? You must have slept with them. Like, all of this negative energy, like, ma'am, sir, stay in your lane. It's the mindset for me with the one-sided mind games. Or, just like just now, me minding my business with them minding my business, right? You know, when you come from certain environments, you know, you come across certain individuals, and it doesn't matter what environment you live in. And I say that respectfully because when you come across someone who's disrespectful, they're just disrespectful. And, you know, people pick and choose who they want to pick on at the end of the day. And that discrimination card is so real, you know, and I just say this respectfully. Someone can sue you, right? Minding your business with the minding your business. And you say, excuse me to them. Not only are you saying excuse me to them, right? But you're being respectful. And they're taking your energy as a threat. And because they're taking your energy as a threat, because you're saying excuse me, now is a confrontation within confrontation. And that you didn't even start it. And everybody around you, amongst you, or whatever the case may be, is seeing that you're not the problem. But because someone put this projection on you at the end of the day, now you have to defend yourself against this one person who decides to play the mind games and the narcissist behavior today. You know how uncomfortable that is? It's so uncomfortable. Like, I don't understand why people just don't stay in their own lane and just understand the respect themselves to respect their neighbor. It's not that difficult. Someone says excuse me, someone says no thank you. It is what it is. Like, I'm so confused. If you're in the way of an aisle, or you're blocking the staircase, or you're blocking the doorway, and someone says excuse me, I'm not understanding why you're catching an attitude. Why do you have to disrespect someone at the end of the day to look for a reaction out of them? Ma'am, sir, it doesn't make sense. It don't make sense at all. It don't make sense. Not even a little bit. It be the thought process for me. How these negative projections get projected on an innocent person who just trying to come out their comfort zone just a little bit. You know, because when an individual been through enough in their life, you know, they don't give people the benefit of doubt. They try. They have a little bit of patience, just a little bit, you know? But they don't allow someone to allow them to come out of character. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody's on that same low vibrational energy, and I say that respectfully. But it's the thought process for me. When you come out your comfort zone to go to any environment, that you have to come across these type of people. When you're just minding your business and you don't disrespect nobody. You're just moving accordingly. You say excuse me to somebody, and they could be walking with their children or whatever case. You say excuse me. Someone's having a misunderstanding self-day with themselves. And they taking your energy as you're being disrespectful. All because you know how to acknowledge you and be respectful. And because they're not used to someone being respectful, they don't understand the assignment within the assignment. At the end of the day, stay in your own lane. It be the thought process for me. Ma'am, sir. It's so sad to see that the society that we live in today, that a lot of this toxic behavior became the norm of the norm. And that was never part of God's plan. And I say that respectfully because God always wanted us to respect our neighbor. Not only just respect our neighbor, but respect ourselves to understand to respect our neighbor. But like, you know what they used to say? You know the saying that they say that nobody, majority of people don't listen to? If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Right? But it be the thought process of me. Like, if you don't got common sense, don't say nothing at all, because a lot of people don't have common sense to understand when someone's respecting them. And then they take that person's energy as a threat. And then they say, oh, well, you think you're better than somebody because you know how to respect yourself? Wait, huh? Ma'am, sir, what are you talking about? What happened? What did I miss? It be the thought process to me. Like, people really, like, you be having to reevaluate your own thought process and say, you know what planet am I on? Like, what planet is this? Like, I got dropped off here. I'm at the wrong stop. Please send me back to my stop. Because I did not sign up for this. I did not ask for this at all. When coming out your comfort zone going wrong. And all you know how to do is respect your neighbor. You don't look for confrontation within people. You don't do that. But it just comes towards you. It be the thought process for me. It really do. Like, it really do. Like, you really need to know your self-value and know your self-worth to understand God's plan at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. For real. Because not everybody is genuine. Not everybody is real at the end of the day. And not everybody is going to respect you for who you truly are. And they're not for you. And that's okay. But at the same time, too, it's dangerous. And safety should be first. Because just like that, someone's life can change within a split of a second. All because of the fact that someone said, excuse me. All because someone said, excuse me. And because someone said, excuse me, at the end of the day, now is a confrontation within a confrontation. Wow. Now somebody wants to put hands on somebody. And then authorities get called now. And they reevaluating the situation within the situation. And they saying that, wait, so you mean to tell me that you just said, excuse me, and this person wanted to fight you? Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. And they reevaluating their thought process, saying themselves is, we living in a up world. Mm-hmm. Yep. Messed up. One messed up world. That we can't even respect our neighbors anymore. And it's sad. And it's getting worse. It's getting even worse. And it doesn't matter, so it's so sad about it. It don't even matter about your culture. Nope. It don't even matter about your culture. And it was what it was more disgusting to see is that people play this victim card. And I say this respectfully because what you display to one person, right, do not mean you won't be negative towards another person. And I say that respectfully. Just because you may not disrespect your aunt and your mother and your father at the end of the day, don't mean you won't disrespect somebody else, elderly parent or guardian or loved one. You see how the one side of mind games go when they start to play the narcissist mind games? Oh, my baby would never be like that. My child's not like that. Yeah, all right, whatever. Oh, or they sit here and say, if somebody's disabled or something, or they talk about somebody's child's disabled or something. Oh, my child would never do that. My friend would never do that. They got a disabled family member. Just because they got a disabled family member or whatever the case may be, or their child may be disabled at the end of the day, do not mean they not going to do that to the next person, disrespect the next person for showing up for themselves. It be the thought process to me with the one-sided mind games. And it's unhealthy. It really is. It really is. Yo, I just freaking took this sweat vest off and I'm sweating like crazy. And I just want to do this video real quick. I'm bugging. Yo, when I say fasting, Lord Jesus, detoxing for real. Get all this bull crap out of my body. My body. I'm fasting right now. Nothing but fruit and water. Gotta get right, gotta get right, gotta get right mentally. You always gotta be right mentally, for real, because this world we live in will try to psych you out your thought process, loading your freedom, your pockets, of your eyesight, at the end of the day. And you gotta have balance. And I say that respectfully. You gotta have balance out here. And if you don't have balance out here to have awareness within yourself, you're not gonna be able to show up for yourself in a healthy way. You're not. You're not. It's not gonna make sense. And it's sad that innocent people have to deal with the negative projection being put on them. It's the mindset for me. It really is. Like, I was just minding my business. And, you know, the young lady, young man, or whatever the case may be, they're disabled. You know what I'm saying? And they was minding their business with the minding their business, coming out their comfort zone to go into a store, right? And not only just going into the store, they had good intentions when they left out the door. It be the thought process of me. Like, a person can leave out the door and have such good intentions to have a good day, and someone has to do something just to make them feel uncomfortable or make them feel like, dang, this is why I don't come out my comfort zone. Like, people be looking for a reaction out of you, and that's not the type of energy you want to display. So, long story short, so they was walking. And being that they was walking, they had to walk upstairs, and they're disabled. So they walking with crunches or whatever the case may be. So people are standing by the stairs, and they asked the people to excuse me. All you heard was, what the F, yo? Ain't not like, they just being mad disrespectful. They just being mad disrespectful. Cursing the person out and everything. And I'm just saying to myself is, if that was you, if that was your relative, you would want someone to move too. And not only that, this is not your property. Not only that, why you blocking the staircase, period. And it shouldn't have to take for another civilian to stop and say, hey, you know, excuse y'all. Like, they said it, they was very respectful when they said it the first time. Like, what's the problem? When it comes to the ignorancy and not having common sense, or let alone having respect, or let alone having respect for their neighbor. So they decide to disrespect this person for no reason. And this is what happens when you judge a book by its cover at the end of the day. Because the first thing that I heard within words was this person was homeless. Like, this person's a bum. And the person's not a bum, or they're homeless. Like, it was just a projection being put on them as a narrative that they wasn't not. It's disgusting. All because someone said, excuse me? You're blocking the staircase. They're walking on crunches. They have to get up the right way. Safety first. That's what I thought. And then when you speak up for yourself, it's like it's a crime. And I never understood it. Like, why does it have to wait for you to experience life and understand to respect your neighbor? It's sad. It really is sad. It really is sad. It really is sad. It's so sad. It really is. And it's not right at all. I don't know what's one of them days today in New York City that you had to turn your AC on day. Like, yo, it was like What was going on outside? Like, I'm so confused why it was so warm outside today. Like, what the heck? It's a thought process for me. No type of circulation. Like, all these other days it's been nice and chilly and all that. Like, out of all the days, now you want to be like, feel like you're going to suffocate. Like, come on, hello? It be the thought process of me. I'm going to just say this and say this, like, leave innocent people alone. It's just the thought process of me. Leave innocent people alone. Like, for real, leave innocent people alone. They're not deserving of you trying to psych them out their thought process, let alone their freedom. And I say that respectfully. It's not right. For someone to have to defend themselves, regardless if they disabled, elderly, or not. When someone says, excuse me, it's excuse me. They weren't being rude or disrespectful. But then when someone's being rude at the end of the day, now it's different confrontation. Because the next thing he's saying, oh, why are you talking to me like that? Why are you being so aggressive? But that's the only language they understand. Like, come on now, for real. It's disgusting to see. Like, being a hater in disguise and all that, like, and I say this respectfully, like, y'all really need to leave innocent people alone. Because you decide to have kids or whatever the case may be, don't put that projection on an innocent person. Because someone that doesn't have kids can move how they want to move when they ready to move without extra, with their little family, They don't got a family. They don't got no extra baggage in their life. Because they're able to pick up and go when they feel like it. Don't be mad because someone decided to, not go down that route. And I say that respectfully. Because you decided to have kids, or you decided to keep your kids because you decided to lay down with somebody who you didn't like or who you didn't love at the end of the day. That ain't got nothing to do with an innocent person. And I say that respectfully. It don't. It ain't got nothing to do with an innocent person. Not even a little bit. It be the thought process of me. How people will sit here and put this projection on an innocent person who's not even deserving of that. Like, leave innocent people alone. Regardless if you're a male or a female at the end of the day, regardless of your sexual orientation at the end of the day, leave innocent people alone. Just leave them alone. It's the mindset for me. You decide to have kids, those are your responsibility. You feel like they're holding you back from becoming your best self vision. That sounds personal. It sounds personal. It does. And you need to reevaluate your life. You really do. To find a better training of thought. To have self-awareness within yourself, to respect yourself, to respect your neighbor. Because your personal problem ain't got nothing to do with an innocent person who's trying to show up for themselves, who don't have the extra baggage, who decide not to go down that road to have kids. It be the mindset for me. Some people like their freedom. And being a parent at the end of the day, and I'm going to say this respectfully, being a parent at the end of the day, regardless to how many kids you got or how old your kids is, it's called having balance. Because you have excuses for yourself when you have kids. You can still show up for yourself in the most healthiest way, but you decide to cut yourself short, shortchange yourself at the end of the day. You can still do what you need to do as a parent and still live your life. But you choose to have an excuse because you have kids to make an excuse why you can't do certain things in your life. Because I know a lot of women who have children. They be having a time on their life, and they very responsible, and they're very education. They very educational wise. Like, they have education. They got education going through with their process. They have an education. It doesn't matter what degree it is at the end of the day. They have an education. It don't matter. They have degrees on top of degrees. They have jobs on top of jobs. They have businesses on top of businesses. And they don't have excuses why they're stopping themselves from becoming their best self visions of themselves because they have kids. They still work out every single day. They still show up for themselves every single day. If they want to decide to go out, they make it happen. They don't have excuses why they can't travel. They make it make sense. You see how the mindset is? You got to find balance within yourself to show up for yourself. And I say that respectfully. Sitting here trying to sneak this a innocent person because you decide to have kids and you don't know how to be a parent. And you want to bother the innocent person and bring down the next person at the end of the day. All because you're miserable. Misery loves company. And only for you to entertain and acknowledge it. But stay in your own lane. And find peace within yourself one day. Like, for real, find peace within yourself one day. Like, go within and heal. So you can understand one day that you will find peace. Because being miserable and being a hater in disguise, it's not attractive. It's not cute. Not even a little bit. And then you will sit here and play the narcissist mind games. Then play victim. As to, oh no, I didn't say that. That didn't happen and all of this. No, why would I do such a thing? Why would I discredit you for being a person that don't have kids at the end of the day? And why would I put my problems on you at the end of the day because I'm miserable? When being real with yourself, facing your own music, what it really looks like up close in person. When you reevaluate your life, bothering an innocent person. It'd be the thought process for me. Leave innocent people alone. Nah, for real, leave innocent people alone. It's the mindset for me. Leave innocent people alone. All because you decided to have kids. And you want to disrespect your neighbor because they don't have kids? Nobody thinks anybody's better than anybody. I just hope and wish you well that you take care of them children that you need to take care of because you're worried about all the wrong things at the end of the day. Worried about an innocent person. That's not even projecting negative energy on you. Let alone, it'd be sad when those be the ones be taking your kindness for weakness when you knew how to be there for them. It'd be the thought process for me. The ones that be having third-party conversations about you at the end of the day try to bring you down when all you trying to do is uplift them. And they didn't want to see you elevate faster than them. You had more wisdom within you than them, and they didn't like the fact that you had more wisdom than them. Like if you knew how to cook and they didn't know how to clean, if you knew how to cook and they didn't know how to cook, but you know how to clean and cook, they was hating on you. Like, why are you hating on that? Why you being a big hater for? You see, you gotta be mindful who you allow to preserve your energy, who you allow to be in your inner circle, in your sanctuary, whatever the case may be, who you say that you want to be part of your journey. Because not everybody's meant to be part of your journey. These same folks at the end of the day could be the ones that they took your kindness for weakness. Days when, yeah, you wasn't able to see for yourself just as well as they wasn't able to see for themselves. But because you elevated faster than them when it was never a competition, but they was always in secret competition with you at the end of the day, but they decided to go a different route and have children and you didn't. They want to sit there and sneak dish you and be miserable because they're miserable and they're trying to put that projection on you. All because you decided to say, you know what, I love myself to know that good day, bad day, I still know how to respect myself and respect my neighbor. Something that they can't get in tune with. And they don't like that about you. Because regardless to what storm that came your way and through the obstacles and the challenges through your journey, you still knew how to respect your neighbor. You still knew how to respect your neighbor. You still knew how to respect your neighbor. And because you knew how to respect your neighbor, they didn't like that. Because they wanted you to exchange words within words with them. They wanted confrontation. They wanted to fight you because they had controlling issues. And then they sit there and have third-party conversations about a delusional ass description of their mindset as they're trying to put a projection on you that's not truly you at the end of the day. All because they have controlling issues. All because they're a real-life narcissist. Oh, because they love to do spell work too in a toxic way. And they let them project negative energy on an innocent person. Because when they get these, when they start to have these third-party conversations about you at the end of the day, they're doing spell work with you in the conversation, and you don't even know that you're within this conversation, right? And they're doing spell work with people that's in within the conversation, because these people don't even realize at the end of the day, like, hold on, why are we mad at this person? I actually like this person. Yo, what's wrong with you? When the spell work don't work no more, it be the thought process of me. Because that happens sometimes. People will have third-party conversations about you, to have people go gang up on you or whatever case may be, and you'd be surprised if they're doing spell work on you. Or they're doing spell work on the people that they're grouping up to go against that one person. And then these people start to reevaluate their life and say to themselves, is, hold on, wait. I'm not even mad. You got a personal problem with them. We don't. It's you. Like, why are we even talking to you? You're not even normal. You need a whole straight body jacket. You see, when the third-party conversations have to reevaluate their life, because they're not bullies, when they have to really reevaluate their thought process, bothering an innocent person, you see how that projections happens? It does. Because people start to gang up on you because of that one person. And then they start to reevaluate their thought process and say to themselves this is not right. This is not the good godly thing to do. And I don't want no parts of this. You see how the tables turn? It'd be the thought process of me. When the spell work ain't working no more, right? You see how when you try to project spell work on somebody in a toxic way, witchcraft, voodoo spells, whatever spell work you want to put, name of your book, because that's the projection these people do. They do spell work to try to psych you out your thought process, letting you free in your pockets of your eyesight, because they got controlling issues at the end of the day. And when they realize at the end of the day, whatever techniques that they was using at the end of the day, it ain't working. It made it was working once upon a time, but it ain't working today. When they wanted you to be in a low vibrational, unfunctionable mindset, they didn't want you to see for yourself. They wanted to control the narrative of your life. And these are people that you call your friends, your family at the end of the day. People that you looked at that you thought was your support team. But then you reevaluate your thought process and say to yourself they was against me this whole entire time. They didn't want to see me do good for myself. They didn't want to see me elevate. They were just projecting negative energy on my mindset. That's why I was going through the things that I was going through in my life, because they was projecting this on me. Spell work is real. And when it's not working today, they can't get in tune to who you are. It's a thought process of me. Like I said, negative energy on you because you're not in competition with them. You making cook better than somebody. You may be you're the one who actually cleans and they don't. Them cleaning and just picking up that one book, but their house is completely dirty. And they're mad at you because you clean from top to bottom. Or your stove is still looks like it just came out of the store that you just bought it from, and they could be threatened, intimidated by that. Or the fact that you get out of your bed, and every time you get out of your bed, you fix your bed. They be threatened by that. Oh, you think you better than somebody because you fix your bed when you get out of your bed? Wait, what? Oh, you think you better than somebody because you get up every day and you go to work? Or you think you better than somebody because you decide to be a business owner? Or you think you better than somebody because you decide to choose your best self vision of yourself to elevate? Wait, what? Better than anybody? What are you talking about? You ever been confused within being confused as to what somebody was really talking about when you was never part of their conversation, when they try to put you in their conversation, and all you was trying to do was just stay in your own lane and mind your business to elevate and understand God's plan to love and respect yourself and stay in your own lane, but they couldn't understand that? It'd be the thought process of me. You know, God installed these tools within us: self-awareness, self-respect, self-healing, self-control, self-peace, self-discipline, self-confidence, self-care, self-value, self-love, self-worth, self-patience, and healthy boundaries to show for yourself to become your best self-vision of yourself. They're not going to understand how you're tuned into yourself. It's not meant for them to understand that, you know, the trauma that was endured from within you from a child point of view, going into your adulthood, that you decide to choose your best self-vision of yourself. You're not getting younger, you're getting older. And you understood the assignment today to choose your best self-vision of yourself. You're not allowing something to hold you back at the end of the day. You're not allowing someone's negative projection to hold you back from becoming your best self-vision of yourself. Because in the day, they don't control you. And that's what they don't like. It be the thought process of me. God sees everything. And I say that respectfully. God sees everything. And be careful when you're dealing with a child of God. And I say that respectfully. Because you're only playing in your own face, questioning the child of God, let alone questioning God. And trying to figure out how God is favoring this child of God, or how God is even working in this child of God's life to allowing them to become their best self vision of themselves, and how they overcame this and how they became that. It's not your business. It's not. Because they're not wearing a mask to tune into themselves, or let alone to acknowledge you today. Because they mean what they say, that they real with themselves, to stay in their own lane, to elevate, to become their best self vision of themselves. Never judge a book by its cover, and it's the thought process of me. Leave innocent people alone, for real, for real. Leave innocent people alone. You know, when it starts with healing, you gotta mean what you say and stay true to yourself. You can't have one foot in one door, one foot in another door. It would never make sense. And you can't fake gaslight yourself wearing a mask to tune into yourself when it comes to healing. Regardless of what trauma was thrown through you from a child point of view going to your adulthood. Some people just don't want to grow up. And it's okay. That's why they're not part of you. That's why they're not meant to be part of your journey. Because they're in competition with you. They be in competition with you. When you just mind your business. They want to know what you got going on so bad in the day, and they can't keep up because they don't know, they can't even keep up what they even got going on within their own life. They so worried and concerned about you. And they got more important stuff going on with their life. But they so concerned to follow you, your every move, what you got going on. They sit here and make fake pages. Sit here, got people watching you. Returning back to sender with pictures and everything. They done made a whole catalog about you at the end of the day. Of a false narrative of their delusional ass mindset. All because they can't get in tune to who you truly are. It was never meant for them to. It's the thought process of me. God works in mysterious ways, and I say that respectfully. Leave innocent people alone, respectfully. Leave innocent people alone. Stop projecting that negative energy on innocent people. Just because you decide to have children at the end of the day, yo, stay in your lane with your miserable having ass. It's just that simple. Stay in your lane. Ain't nobody bothering you. How you bothering your own self? Bothering somebody else. And then want to sit there and play victim. It's sad. It really is sad. And this goes to show you at the end of the day, that you would never grow up. People quick to say they grown. I'm grown, I'm grown, I'm grown. Just because you have children, don't make you grown. Just because you pay a bill or two, or three, or four, or have life insurance or a car note, that don't make you grown. What's wrong with these fools? That don't make you grown. It don't. Because you still acting your shoe size. At the end of the day. You still acting your shoe size, not your body weight. And I say that respectfully. It's a thought process for me. You're one-sided. I hope you find peace one day. I really do. I don't wish bad on nobody over here. I hope everybody get themselves together and be at peace with themselves one day. But just leave innocent people alone. Because they decide to elevate and they decide to go within and do the genuine healing. To show up for themselves. And they don't gotta fake gaslight nobody because they doing genuine healing. And then you sit there and paint fake narratives of a description that's not that person. That's toxic. That's disrespectful. Leave innocent people alone. You don't know them. Especially when you don't know them. You don't even know yourself. Sad. Leave innocent people alone. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. And you deserve to be treated with respect. 365 days with no malicious intentions of being harm towards yourself or others around you. Never allow the enemy or hate in disguise or person with malicious intentions. It's like you watch your thought process, letting your freedom on your pockets or your eyesight and they, because they have malicious intentions. Protect your energy, because not everybody's serving your time. They're not. It's funny how they sit here and sneak diss you, but they don't even know themselves. It's funny how they sit here and sneak diss you, and they can't even relate to respect you. It's a one-sided situation when you got to stay in your lane and respect yourself, but you know how to respect your neighbor. At the end of the day, when it's a two-way street, nah, it's not meeting equally. So you understand the sign what God's plan was, to stay in your own lane, to elevate, to become your best self vision of yourself. Sneak this in your neighbor. Nah, that wasn't part of the plan, but showing your neighbor that you can elevate and they can do it too. You know, with no malicious intention to psych them out, they thought process, let them their freedom, or their pockets, or their eyesight. Your energy hit different. They can't get in tune to what real looks like up close in person, so they rather sit there and sneak diss you. It be the thought process of me when God's protecting you from your enemy. It be the thought process of me. Love yourself, but God's protection for every direction. I truly preach your time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe day and have a safe remaining week. Protect your energy, because not everybody's ever get time. Now your genuine love, respect. It's the thought process for me. Listen, like I said, this page ain't for everybody, and that's okay. But do me a favor, all that drama and all that, save for your mama, not over here. Thank you. Return back to sender. Hello. Have a good day. Somewhere else. Nobody asked you to come watch me. It's the thought process of me. But thank you for your time. Later. Gotta go.